Good morning everyone and welcome to my MCQ on Gestalt Part 2, Gestalt Theory Part 2, that is the international teaching process. That is my class. I am Sudhanna Sengupta. Let's start the topic. The various bonds of association utilized by the structuralist as well as E.L. Thorndike were referred to a bundle hypothesis by किसके द्वारा उन्होंने बंडल हाइपोथेसिस को रेफर किए थे, दैट इज द मैक्स वेदमेयर. हम प्रीवियस स्लाइड में भी इसको पढ़ाए थे. सो द आंसर विल बी ए. द थीम ऑफ बंडल हाइपोथेसिस वाज दैट द एक्सपीरियंस वाज composition of elements, ideas, images and illusions. So the answer will be images. For Gestalt psychology, philosophy was the study both mind and soul, conscious and behavior, mind and experience, experience and soul. So the answer will be conscious and behavior. Which principle of Gestalist incorporated a patterning of cohesive and restraining forces that presented a picture in the brain like a map of things that was perceived? So answer will be isomorphism. So what is isomorphism? One-to-one correspondence, that means mapping between the two sets of the binary relationship between the element of the sets. So अगर हम बात करेंगे isomorphism के बारे में, तो here you can see a picture that is E1, E2, E3, E4, E5. They are connected to each other, and E1, E2, E3, E4, E5 they are interconnected to each other. Interconnected जैसे कि C1 connected है C3, C4 से, C2 कनेक्टेड है C5 C4 से एंड C3 कनेक्टेड है C1 C5 से. सो दिस इज the basic idea of isomorphism. The Gestalt psychology is well known for its contribution in the field of the memory, perception, personality and intelligence. So the answer will be perception. So perception क्या है? अगर हम देखें यहाँ पर you can see there is a letter, there is a number in the you can see on the ground. So perception means अगर आपके राइट साइड में जो खड़ा है वो बोल रहा है ये 9 है और आपके लेफ्ट साइड में जो खड़ा है वो बोल रहा है ये 6 है. So perception both are correct, लेकिन perception क्या है, कहाँ पे खड़ा है, ये है perception. The Chinese sage in 700 BC was expressed the view of the some parts of the different from the wholes. Who is he? That is, the answer will be B, the Liu Tse. So Liu Tse कौन है? Was the ancient Chinese philosopher, writer, a deep connection, empathy. He thought that is a deep connection, empathy between people and as the means of the peace and the harmony. उनका ये मानना था कि people हम लोग पूरे वर्ल्ड में हम लोग एक अलग सा एक empathy and peace and harmony के साथ हम लोग जुड़े हुए हैं. तो यही है उनका मानना था. Those objects which are similar to their structure tend to be the perceived as organized together into a whole. This is known as the principle of the similarity. So next question. The principle of the community is otherwise known as the principle of closure, principle of direction, principle of similarity and principle of proximity. So answer will be principle of direction. When the certain part of the perceptual object is left out, we have the tendency to fill the gap of the perceived according to the making of the Gestalt complete. This is known as the principle of the closure. So closure क्या है? Closure means that is the act on the or the process of the closing something especially, and the institution or the frontier or the being closed. So closer means that is close something. So यहाँ पर a tendency to fill the gap of the perceive according to the making gesture complete. अगर आप gesture के हिसाब से अगर आप एक चीज अगर close नहीं करेंगे तो दूसरा शुरू नहीं होगा. The principle of the pragnas is otherwise known as the principle of the good form. One principle of the perceptual organization states that any perception tends to the organize itself into the figure stand out upon the certain background. What is it? That is the figure and ground. One Gestalt phenomenon incident, that is the perceived object tend to the remain of the constant in the size even when they are viewed from the varying distance. What is this? That is the figure and ground. A piece of the coal kept in the shadow and the sun will the perceive as the coal although the level of the reflection of brightness in the sun is greater than the level of the reflection of brightness in the room. And this sorry this is called brightness constancy. A man seems to from 5 meter distance or from 15 meter distance will be perceived of the some size. This illustrated the science consistency. A field is dynamic whole or a system in which changes in any part of the effect of other parts. This is known as the Gestalt principle of the field dynamic. Gestalt psychologists held the learning occurs to the insight. So insight क्या है? Insight has a sudden grasping of the solution, a flash of understanding without any process of the trial and error. अगर आप कोई काम करें without any process, कोई trial error के बिना ही आप काम करें तो उसको यहाँ पर according to the Gestalt Psychologists they calling insight. Which principle of Gestalist incorporated a patterning of cohesive and restraining forces that presented a picture in the brain like a map of things that was perceived. So answer will be isomorphism. So what is isomorphism? One-to-one correspondence, that means mapping between the two sets of the binary relationship between the Kohler conducted the learning experiments on the intelligent chimpanzees in the Tenerife in Canasy Island. What is the name of this chimpanzee? The name of this chimpanzee is Sultan. According to the Gestalt psychologist, there is the learning principles of in one solution and applying the same other solution is called the transposition. So transposition means a thing that have been produced by the transposing something. That is आप ट्रांसपोज कीजिए किस लिए? क्योंकि प्रोड्यूस समथिंग. अगर आप कुछ तैयार करना चाहते हैं तो वहां पर ट्रांसपोजिशन बहुत जरूरी है. The ground of the studying thinking by the Gestalt psychologist has been provided by the Wurzburg school. Wurzburg school क्या है? Under the leadership of the German psychologist and the philosopher, the Wurzburg Kulpe saw the photography of the directed thinking in the constraint association experiment. Constraint association experiment का example ही है Wurzburg school. So thank you so much. Please keep watching and please subscribe my channel. Till then, goodbye.